I'm back. Okay, I know. I just thought I would finish playing with some more of these ephemera pieces and stuff from my Spellbinder Kit of the month for February, even though we just got December's February the 2nd, but this is supposedly actual February, so I don't know. I got to go find my January ones too, so I haven't been on top of things. Imagine that. All right, so I took this die because I thought, well, let's just make a little die cut out of there with some of these little sprigs and stuff and the word hugs. So I just took my little die, cut out my papers, and then I'm reversing. I have the opposite over here for another one that we're going to do. So we're just going to craft a little bit, stick some stuff together, and just, you know, try to get something off of my desk. Actually use one of the kits that I have. I can't tell you how many, Lord, hundreds of them that I have stacked up that I've honestly haven't even torn into. I know, it's sad. So, yeah, I'm a shopaholic. What can I tell you? It's really rough. Just not, so many things, just not enough time. And then, apparently I don't manage my time well either, so, now. Alright, so let's just glue these on here, because it takes me so long to, you know, come up with something and to actually put it down, and I'm not going to be able to see that white on white. So let's just move that out of the way, and let me make sure that I am... What the heck is that white thing right there? Oh. Hold on, if y'all are still on there, something crazy has gone into the middle of my phone, and I couldn't see what the heck was going on. Some message from eBay. I mean, you know, you order one thing from eBay, and you are forever on that list. And I know I need to move myself up just a little bit because I am out of frame. All right. Oh, but in the midst of all the last year, that's what it feels like, last week's nonsense, my daughter actually got another job. She's been working at a Subway shop. Oh, I'm bad. I was going to say a place that makes subs without saying the name, but psh, oops. Duh. I just said it. Anyway, she's been there for 4 years. She's the manager. I mean, she started, I guess, she's been the manager for 3 years. She was there for almost a year before they made her manager. And she's made $10 an hour for 4 years. Well, the first year, it was, they started her out at minimum wage, and then she worked, you know, got a promotion and assistant manager, and then, you know, but when they gave her the title store manager, they only gave her $10 an hour. Well, she has 3 kids, and she's only, after all these years, still making $10 an hour. Worked all through the COVID stuff, never got a bonus, never got a nothing, never got a thank you, just anyway. So, you franchise owners out there, good Lord, you know, you might not have the best employee, but for someone to show up and that you entrust with money, keys, your merchandise, and everything else, you need to pay them more than $10 an hour. Anyway, so, and what made her actually go look for another job? Well, one, you know, she was tired of the stress having to work extras because people don't want to work right now, and so she was having to pull double shifts, and because they really only start you out at minimum wage, which, you know, sometimes some employees are only worth minimum wage. I will have to say that. And if any of y'all are true minimum wage workers, well, maybe you might want to step up the game. So, because you can't get anywhere unless you try, even though, you know, she did try and she did her thing, she didn't really get anywhere but grief. So anyway, and they did get money from the COVID grant loan and stuff, and so many people, so many employees got shafted by it. I know my son at the place that he worked at when it first came out got a big time shaft on it, and he worked for that company for, I don't know, maybe he was there 3 years, maybe even 4, I don't know. and loved his job, but they definitely railroaded him and the other people there because they're commission sales and stuff, and it was you know, it was bad. And luckily he had money in the bank, or he wouldn't have made it. Because anyway, let's just say this whole big time corporate people definitely got some extra money and took advantage of their employees. So anyway, back on Jennifer. So she, you know, gets this job, and, you know, this girl's been coming in her store for, I don't know, probably a year. And I think I do want to raise that up. And so, you know, Jennifer always asks people, because, you know, after they've been a customer for 3 years, you get to know a few people, and they get to know a little bit about you, and everybody, you know, chats and talks and does their stuff. So, this girl knew that she was, you know, kind of looking for another job, but never really had time to look for another job because, I mean, you're working 6-7 days a week sometimes, and just to keep your store afloat and everything else underneath the sun. Let me get some little foam. So what started all this was, I guess it's been 3 weeks now. Her kid, Jason, the middle one, the teenager, well, he's, oh, don't use those scissors. He's 15. He ended up catching COVID. Well, Jennifer did not get it. She tested negative, but they you know, demanded that she go and get tested, so she did. Brianna, the youngest one, who's 9, had got sick and had a fever, but she actually tested positive, but she was nothing like Jason. I mean, Jason had, you know, was pretty darn sick for about 2 weeks, because it was a lot to do with his allergies and that on top of it, but he did test positive. And so anyway, so, you know, with the school law, if your kids test positive, they can't be in school for I think it's 10 days, you know, totally 10 days from when they were first diagnosed or had the symptoms and stuff, and then 5 days after the fever breaks. So she had to stay home with her 2 sick kids, and like I said, been at this place for 4 years. They have no paid sick time, no paid vacation, nothing. I mean, there's no benefits, no insurance. I mean, nothing. And I understand it costs you money, but I mean, come on, people. You keep raising the prices of everything. I know this is going to be a wham session. But anyway, so she, they told her that she had to get a letter from the doctor, which means she had to go back to the doctor again, even though she had 2 negative testings, because she, you know, got tested when Brianna, well, Jason was sick first, so she got tested when Jason was sick, and then she went back and got tested when Brianna was sick, and both times were negative. And like I said, you know, a girl don't have $5 to her name as far as saving any extra money or anything, because, you know, like I said, 3 kids, lives paycheck to paycheck. And so they told her that she could not come back to work unless she went back to the doctor and got a 3rd testing, and to show that she didn't have it. Well, I mean, every time you go to the doctor, it's $35 a pop, and she didn't have the money, and so they told her that she basically was going to lose her job. Well, she came unglued. I came unglued, because I'm sorry, I can't help her. 1, I'm too far away. 2, you know, we have our own stuff. But, so I told her she needed to call the unemployment office and report them, and she needed to call Wage and Labor Board to report them because of how they mistreat their employees and stuff. So she did. She actually went to the unemployment office, and she had, thank God they did this all in text. So she had, you know, the text that showed, yeah, it's too pink on pink. She had the text that showed all the stuff with them saying, you know, that this isn't good enough, that we have to have this, and blah, 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 blah. And basically telling her that she could not come back to work. And so, you know, Jennifer texted them, told them that, I know I need something on here. told them, maybe little one's there, that she couldn't afford to go to the doctor, and if they wanted her to go to the doctor again, that they needed to pay for her to go to the doctor. I'm sorry, that's what I told her. And so that's what she told them. Well, you know, they came unglued, and then of course there's always little people where you work who want your crappy little job so they can pretend to be, you know, someone important, store manager or whatever. And that's kind of what was going on while she was gone. But, you know, that's fine and dandy. Well, long story short, they, after she told them that she went to the unemployment office and was filing a claim on them because her mama told her to do it, they told her she could have her job back. So she really didn't want to go back because of the whole situation, but, I mean, she, you know, you got, single parents are kind of caught between a rock and a hard place when it comes to certain things. And so she went back. Well, this girl that she had, you know, been talking to over the last couple years called her out of the blue. Now, let me tell you, I truly believe this is a little bit of divine intervention here. Oh, I just don't know. I don't like that either. And offered her a job, starting out at $12 an hour at a furniture store where she has no experience, but the girl just knows that she, you know, had been at the sub place for all these years. And I mean, you know, I'm sorry, if somebody's that bad of an employee, you're surely not going to keep them. But you know, I mean, they always passed their food exams, always had 95 or 98, which is, you know, great. And in the food industry thing, even though they made them work for 2 weeks without air conditioning, and their refrigerator was almost broke because the owners were too cheap to get it fixed. And I'm telling her, call the wage and hour board back then, because I'm sorry, you can't work in a place that's that hot, and you can't expect customers to come in there when it's that hot. And I mean, it's just too stifling there. So anyway, she got this job, and so she gave her notice, and so they're all pissy at her because she found a job. Well, you know, y'all shouldn't have crapped on her so much, or any of the people there. That's why you can't keep anybody there. And I know I need something in the middle. And so she started her job last week, and she was scared to death because, you know, she had, you know, like she said, she's got no experience and just was worried. But, you know, she's not stupid. She's smart. And they told her that within, you know, they have like little goals that if in 30 days, if she's, oh, I kind of like that. In 30 days, if she has, you know, picked up and, you know, caught on all that good stuff, she'll get $13 an hour. And then, oh no, we're not going to use that. And then after 90 days, she'll get another raise to either $14 or $15 an hour. Plus, let me glue my green on there. Plus, they do bonuses and stuff. And just, I mean, finally, she has something that she doesn't have to work 70 hours a week because nobody else shows up, and, you know, the owners won't come in there and work. They expect you to cover everything, but yet don't give you anything extra. So she's actually feeling pretty good, which is awesome because it is a long time coming. And so, but she, you know, she gets off every Sunday and Tuesday, so she can actually plan something. You know, there's other people in the stores to where, I mean, you know, you don't have to cover it and keep it going if someone else doesn't show up because you're not the only person there. But so she actually is able to breathe a little bit and might just enjoy a little bit more in life. Just being able to have that. I mean, you know, you don't think $2 more an hour is much, but times 40, that's $80. And, you know, and then when she gets her another dollar, that'll be 120. I mean, you know, it's just, I mean, that's like their electric bill or even her gas money to go to work. So that's, she is tickled pink. I think I'm going to leave that at that and not just go overboard. Let me put my little sequins back up before, because my little desk is getting too full. Hey, Rusty. Rusty snuck down here, so he's with us. And so here's this little journal card. And like I said, you know, any of these things you can, you know, make an actual card on them, but I just wanted to do journal cards so we can put, I know this is not what I'm talking about, but, you know, you can put little pull tabs and all that good stuff on there. We could slip into some stuff, and then, you know, if I don't use them in some other things, I might just put them in my, the Hope journal that I want to do, because this is kind of like, some of these things are just, I don't know, you know, a lot of hope and kindness and stuff, but they still can go in regular ones. Anyway, so that's that. Let me put that over there to dry. And then, like, Mr. Stone, he's just growing like a weed, because, you know, now he's officially, this week would have been when he was officially born, so he's, you know, definitely, he's at the 9-pound rate, and he's definitely gotten so long. And but yeah, so they're just learning how to be their little parents and do their thing. But I don't know. And Brooke's trying to work it out with the company she works for, because she's a medical billing person. And so she's trying to talk with them to see if they would let her work from home. Because, you know, now she's got attached to she's only been home for a month, but yeah, she definitely doesn't want to leave that baby. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to get it set up to where she can work from home. Because, I mean, it's all computer, everything. In worst case, if she has to drive in or something, then I don't know. But she definitely does not want to leave him. I mean, she found a place near where they live that that takes babies, but still, it's like $250 a week for daycare for a baby over there, and that's not even the elite place. So I don't know. And my son's like, my God, I can't believe how much that is. And I'm like, Robert, I said, you know, it's not cheap being a parent. I said, that's why so many parents have to work 2 jobs just to, you know, make ends meet. He's like, this is just crazy. He says, and we have good jobs. You know, how can this cost so much? I said, welcome to the world. But he cracks me up. Oh, but yeah, oops. And then, okay, here's another a whining session. We went to Walmart. Well, today we had to go to post office, drop some stuff off, mail an order and everything, and pay our trash pickup, because, you know, it's due in January. I totally forgot all about it, because I didn't write it on my little calendar when I, you know, got my calendars. And John's like, you know, I think we need to pay that trash man. I was like, oh my God, we sure do, because we pay 6 months at a time. But so I wrote his little check, so that poor man, because we're his only customer on the street. And it's just because when we moved in, I mean, everybody on this road has this red trash can from, I don't know, some other trash service thing. And so when we moved in, we called the place to see about getting put on their schedule, their pickup thing. They're like, oh, we're not taking any new customers because of that little bridge. Well, you already drive over the bridge to serve 3 people on this side of that stupid bridge. Let me tell y'all, I hate that little bridge. But anyway, so they wouldn't even take us on as a new customer, and you're already driving down that road. And where do those people turn around at the end of this road? Our flipping little drive area here, because, I mean, it's a dead-end road. You can't turn around. Everybody drives down here, backs up into our thing, and then, you know, moves, you know, goes back down the road. So, and that's what I told him. I said, you better not use my road, because I was pissed. I said, you better not use my driveway. I said, if you can use my driveway to turn around, I expect you to help pay for some of my gravel to keep it in there. Because, I mean, between them and the school bus, they do tear us up. But the last kid, Nash, he graduated a year ago, so they don't have a school bus that comes down here anymore. So because the county school board would, you know, come and bring a half a truckload, a small one, of gravel every year and dump it in our, right down there by our, you know, in our driveway, because that school bus tear it up. But yeah, so then I called these other people, and that was in the phone book, thank God, and we are their only customer. They drive down here in their truck, they pick our trash up, they drive back down the road. I mean, nothing about like, oh, I'm sorry, there's not enough people there for us to come, you know, we can't serve you, take on a new customer because we don't have any other people there like the other people already had. I don't understand that. What is wrong with people? So, and we don't burn our trash. I mean, we do burn our boxes, but that's about all we do. But everything else we, you know, send to the trash man. My stuff is starting to crumble. I know everybody's like, oh, you know, do you know the proper way to use that? Well, yeah, but I mean, who's got time to go and, you know, get extra ink on stuff and waste more on your thing? And, you know, I just have to keep complaining about them. What can I say? Pain in my butt. But yeah. So anyway, so then we went, you know, we had to go to the drugstore, pick up John's nasal spray, and then went to the post office, and then we went to Walmart, because my nasal spray that I get, which, you know, used to be Rhinocort, used to have to get it by prescription only. I'm so glad they, you know, the generic came out on that. Because, I mean, it was $65 a pop with insurance when I used to have to use it. But let me tell you, that's the only thing that keeps all this stuff away. And I went 2 years without having to use it. But this past, you know, couple of months, shoot, well, I guess since November, I've just started to use it again, because I'm catching stuff from whatever the heck's going on outside. And, so, you know, now it used to be like $9 a bottle. Well, this year it's gone up. Walgreens has gone up to $18.99. And I'm like, I ain't paying $18.99 for some stinking nose spray. So I told John, to Google it on at Walmart, because I mean, we're, you know, across the street from there. I said, if they're cheaper, then we'll just drive over there. Well, it was supposed to be $13.58. That's what this says on their website. That's what it says on the shelf. But we go to check out, it is $16.80. And John's like, I said, oh, And John's like, this just pisses me off, because it happened yesterday when he got some apples. They said they were $3.97, and when he went up there to check out, whoops, I know I'm trying to get some more foam over here and run in my mouth. Oh gosh, I lost it. They rang up $5 and something, and I said, well, you should have complained. And he's like, oh, well, he said, I didn't want the hassle. He said, I was already pissed off. And I said, well, that's exactly what they bank on, is that their customers aren't going to do anything about it. They're just going to complain, and then guess what? We come right back, because that's the only place around. Well, you know, I'm tired of being railroaded and mafia hit. You know, your shelf says X amount of whatever. That's exactly what I expect to pay, is X amount of whatever. So, you know, of course, we're in the self-checkout thing, because that's where John he likes to go through. I can't stand self-checkout. But anyway, I mean, hello. So, we go to, you know, we tell this one girl, because there's two of those stupid attendants there to help you if you have issues, but yet all they're doing is busy chatting with the people that are, you know, coming through, all their little friends and relatives. And so, you know, I told this girl, says, excuse me, because it's $3. I mean, it was $2.20 yesterday and $3 and something today. No. Y'all need to pay attention to what the shelf says of what you're buying. And when you go out there and you check out and it's not what it says, people, we need to stand together, because this is wrong. That should be illegal, and that's false advertisement, and yada 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 yada. So, you know, the girl's like, oh, well, you have to wait for whatever his name was, and he was busy doing something else with somebody. And she says, because I can't do that. And I'm like, that's fine, we'll wait. And John's like, no, let's just go. I don't have to. I said, oh, bull. I said, I'm getting my $3.28 today, or whatever it was. It was over $3. And so I know, I'm running my mouth. I'm really PO'd about it. Let's do some gold. And so, the guy comes over there. The first thing he does, he scans it. Because I tell him, it was supposed to be X amount. It's showing this. Well, he scans it. He says, oh, well, it shows us the price. I said, I understand what it's scanning. I wanted to say, you stupid fool. But I didn't. But I'm sure my face showed it. I said, but the website says $13.58. I said, the shelf says $13.58. I'll be more than happy to go take a picture of it for you. And he's like, well, that's not what it shows when I scan in. I said, I understand, that's the whole problem. And so he's like, oh, I said, do you want me to, I told John, I said, look that up real quick. And the guy's like, I have a phone, I can do it. So he looks up, and sure enough, on the website, it shows $13.58. And he doesn't even say anything about, oh, ma'am, I'm sorry, let me fix that for you, nothing. I mean, with attitude and all like grief, I'm sorry, you should be thankful you have a job and you ain't got to do squat. But yet, so, yeah, so he, corrected our little thing, gave us our stinking difference back. But I'm sorry, I don't appreciate that. I think that is wrong, should be illegal, and, yeah. So we came home, we were both mad. John was pissed, and, because I'm sorry, John will not start any kind of conflict or have any problems, but I'm sorry, that's $5 between 2 trips at Walmart, and that's just the 2 things that we know about, that we paid attention to. And can you imagine overcharging, I don't know, where they have 10,000 customers a day that comes through one store, a large city store, and you're making $5 more, overcharging people this and that and everything else. I mean, that is a lot of flipping money that you are overcharging and that you're lying about. So here's this card. I know, let me tone myself down. But, I don't appreciate that. We work hard for our money, and your shelf says one thing. By God, that's what I expect to pay when I get up to that cash register. I expect to pay what the shelf said. And then this one, I know, we changed my tune. I'm crazy, but I'm sorry. It all adds up. And John's like, yeah, well, that happens a lot. I noticed that something, it's supposed to be like 20 cents cheaper, and you get up there and it rings up a little bit more. And I'm like, John, I said, why don't you call? He's like, I ain't doing it. I don't have time. He says, you saw how long it took us to get him to do something. He was standing right there. So I don't care. I said, it's the point. I said, because that is wrong, illegal and wrong. And, but I'm telling you, those stores just rape their customers, and that's all it is. And I'm trying to see, I don't know, I wanted to round that off, but let me glue it on there and then we'll see. But y'all think about that. If you're overcharged, I mean, if you go, because John usually goes to the store at least 3 times a week, and because, well, especially like with meat, I like fresh ground beef. I like, I don't like it frozen. I'm weird about that now. I will freeze chicken and pork chops, stuff like that. But meat just has a funky flavor to it. And, but yeah, just think of how much money they're overcharging all their people on all their products. Let me just trim a little bit of this off. And how much extra they're making when you see how many people that go through their stores every day, and they're overcharging people on average, minimum, $1. And that you're lucky if you're only being charged $1 extra on things. But $1 extra times, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 customers a day, that's a lot of stinking money. So, I don't appreciate it. So I just thought I'd give you my wine for the day. I need to get a wine glass and put it up there for you and say, here's my wine for the day. Shoot, I might have to start drinking it. crafting with wine. Hey, I've seen somebody do that before. Oh, I wish I could remember who it was. It was someone that makes cards years and years ago, and she would always start off with a glass of wine, and I was like, you know, that's pretty darn good. Oh, but I can only imagine how cockeye all my stuff would be if I started drinking while I was crafting and gluing. Lord, oh my gosh, that would be a good challenge for everybody. Oh. And then this is just going to be a simple one where you just glue a scrap piece of paper on here and a butterfly. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm wondering, I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be journal cards, but I'm still thinking I might want to raise them up. I know. Once I start sticking things on the phone, that's it. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we'll stick you in the middle, and then I'll cut some of these. And then these are like, these are Fisker non-stick. I don't know where I got these. Probably either Walmart or Joann's or somewhere. But that's what I use for cutting my my phone tapes and stuff. I don't know what the heck John's watching up there. Yeah, I was watching this Ghost That Ruined My Life on the Travel Channel. Oh, John's like, this is so stupid. I'm like, I said, everything on TV is stupid. I said, just shut up and watch it. I mean, 'cause, I'm sorry, I sit here and watch some of your stupid stuff. You could sit here and watch some of my stupid stuff. Oops, well, I'll be gluing these things together. Because I was yakking. Oh well. But yeah, I've watched some stupid stuff with him. So, boy, you better back up. Oh my gosh. But I did the other day watch, I think it was on Netflix, and it was called The Kindness of Strangers. It was actually a cute little movie, and you know, about a woman who was in an abusive relationship with her police officer husband, and anyway, but it actually turns out awesome, and it's not really that bad as far as, you know, up front and everything, but it's just truly the kindness of strangers that helped her and her kids make it. And you know, there needs to be more kindness. I know I'm just going to overkill this butterfly. There truly needs to be more no strings attached type stuff. And you know, and people need to understand that it really does happen. Wives of police officers who are basically bullies with a gun. You really don't have anywhere to turn because they don't believe you. And I can truly say that because I come from a family of law enforcement that many a year. I guess I need to go ahead and put this down the middle here. Yep, can you see where it's peeling? Because my fingers go inside and catch that every time. But that's okay. We're gonna suck it up because it's time to craft. Well, I miscut that. Well, let's just add another little foam thing on here. Crud monkeys. Oh, but yeah, it is amazing. Oh. Well, that flew across the desk. Hey, but I found it. Well, okay. That one's going to require a little bit of glue. Hopefully my head's not in here. It might be. But I thought I took it. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I got to remove the sticky. I thought I did, but I did not. Dum-dum. Oh my gosh. Yep, so I decided that I'm not going to think about anything bad until next week, until Friday. So I'm going to live in my little happy la la land. Now, hello. Who needs that much foam on there? But I was trying to use it all. I still have that little bit left. Oh my gosh. I know that's, well heck, let's just go ahead and put it on here. Oh my Lord. I know. I have lost my mind. Y'all know that. Oh my, sorry. I shouldn't be saying that all the time, but it just comes out of my mouth. I don't mean anything bad about it. Well, okay. I got that little bitty piece left. So, let's just stick him on here and make our sweet little plain Jane card that's taken forever because I put 5,000 pieces of foam tape on the back. Oh, I got to get this little mess cleaned up because me and John's got to do our filming thing. So, but he had a good day today. He didn't choke much. He just, I hate to say that he didn't choke much, but he just had his original normal to where, stuff just kind of had a hard time going down, got a little stuck, but no, like, choking. So, if he could have days like that, that's awesome. But it's this other stuff that is just, oh my gosh, so bad. So I'm hoping for the best. Oh, anyway, I know I'm thinking out loud. And if you don't want just the butterfly in here, you could always put a label down there. But I think I'm just going to leave this one plain Jane, and then put something on top for a pull tab. And let me see, what color do I want in here? I mean, I hate to just keep on with the gold, but I might just have to. Maybe some gold sequins too. I know. Well, I've already have this raised, so what the heck is a few more sequins? But because it's pretty, excuse me, darn flat. So we'll just do this. 2. Okay. And then we'll tap it down. Tap it down, tap it down. Oh my gosh. One of my subbies, my friends, she sent me a picture of this paper storage thing. I know. After I put my thing on here, this might be too plain for Candace, but not every card has to be full of toots and whistles. It could just have some toots, or it could just have a few little whistles. So this one has some toots. All right, let me put it back here on my my board. And then, where is my, all right, this one here. All right. So I'm wondering, we might have to keep it sharp. I know, keep my edges. But yeah, when it rained so bad the day for yesterday, I mean, it was just crazy. John comes home, in the rain, and he's like, why didn't you tell me there was a tree down on the driveway? I'm like, well, I didn't know. I mean, it was pouring down rain. I wasn't out there looking with binoculars trying to see what was going on. So he had to get out in the rain and move this tree, and it was a good-sized tree, out of the road. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, when we drove by today, I'm like, oh, I said, is that the tree? Because I haven't been out of the house. I said, is that the tree that fell? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh. Because, when I looked up, when I did look out after he, complained. Well, at least I thought he was complaining, but he had a legitimate gripe on it. Yeah, it's a good size. I thought it was just like this branch that was thrown over on the side road. He's like, no. He said, that was part of it. He said, the other part is over here. And I mean, Lord, because he said, yeah, when I pulled it off, it was still attached to the tree. And he said, I just kind of, held it down and kind of jumped on it, and it fell on the ground. I was like, oh my God. So yes, I did feel a little bad, but I'm sorry. I didn't hear any tree. You couldn't hear any tree. It was pouring down rain. I mean, it's not like it was just, oh, drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. No, it was downright. I'm telling you. Rain. And I don't pay attention to that. Now, I know Fergie was having, oh my gosh, a royal conniption fit. She did not like it, and maybe that's what she heard, and it freaked her out. I don't know, but, you know, I turned the TV up louder, you know, because Rusty cannot stand the heavy rain, because, you know, it sounds so much worse on the metal roof, and I mean, like I said, between Rusty and now Fergie doesn't care for it. And maybe she heard that tree snap and fall, because there was a time where she literally jumped in my lap. And I'm like, oh, hey, Fergie. I'm thinking she wants to, you know, be all lovey-dovey. No, I think she was afraid. So, anyway, poor thing. But yeah, poor John. I said, I think it's time for you to get that chainsaw into the small engine repair place. And we need to get it fixed, because it's, you know, it doesn't work. Damn thing never works. I'm trying to think. So, I hate to use this, I hate to use this paper. I really do, because I think it's so pretty, but this might be what I need behind there. All right, and I think I'm just going to be cheap and cut just a little strip here and save this much in the middle so I can use it. But, oh, because, you know, it's so pretty with the birds. Oh, but yeah, so, yep, John definitely had to move a tree. Not that, you know, that man needs to be out there breaking a tree, but neither do I. Oh my gosh, y'all, the damn thing would fall on me. Y'all know I'm a dingbat. Oh. So, I need to trim just another hair off the bottom. Alright, and so I was going to put that over here. So this looks like about a 1/2 inch. I should be good. Nope. 5/8. Alright. Well. Alright, where am I? Oh. My drawer's open. That's why I can't get my paper in here. Okay, so we're going to cut it there at the 5/8. Alright. Just come fight me. That's just how it's going to be. Alright, let me just ink down the side. I still got a little birdie on here. Woohoo! And my crumbs. But yeah, another one of my little subby friends sent me a note. She's like, oh, have you been watching Gail's, what does she call it? A bag, her bag journal on her Patreon? I'm like, no. I said, I haven't watched that in a month. And I'm sorry, I hadn't really watched much videos this past couple weeks. I just, I know, I'm horrible. So, but... And she's like, oh, she says, at first, I didn't think I needed one. She says, but then I realized I needed one. She says, now I need 20. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, so now I have to go watch that. So I think that's going to be on my to-dos for next week, is to watch this bag journal. All right, I need 1 5/8. Make sure I'm going the right way with my birds. Oh Lord, you know, don't want to chop none off. You know, this paper's precious. I think this is my favorite page. This little birdie with the little gold dots on there. So cute. Alright. And I might just put a little extra helping sticky hand on the back. Not that it really is going to grab much more, because it's, you know, texture card, but I'm using the texture for the front so that you have the smooth back. And I did not turn my timer back on, so I'm hoping I don't run over. Oops. Come on. Work with me. Oh, and then I watched, I know, let me tell you, you know, I didn't watch TV for God knows how long, and then I binge it for a whole day. It's sad. So then I saw on Netflix, after I watched my The Kindness of Strangers, this thing called Inventing Anna. It's by Shonda Rhimes, the one that did Grey's Anatomy. And so I was like, okay, let me see what it's all about. We'll just see. And the only reason why I watched it first, because it kind of looked like the girl that played Julie from A Monk was on there, but that's not who it was. But that's who she reminded me of. But so then, you know, I got into it, and I think there's like 7 episodes in the season. Lord, I watched it until like 12:30 at night, because I had to watch the whole stinking 7 things. And it's based on a true story. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a little scary, but you know that stuff happens all day long, all the time. Okay, now see, and that was just some cardstock I had from a paper pad that's been laying around on my table over there by my cutting board for probably a year. Oh, so anyway, and now I want to put this globe on here in this little hand of love. And I had some of my little ruffles that, some fabric ruffles that I thought I'd put on here with that too, just to give a little something. And I'm kind of leaning towards that one, even though I kind of like that too. That just, oh, I got fuzzes on here too. Yeah, kind of liking the flower, and I think this is, oh, darn it, I don't know. Let me stand up and look through the camera. You know, sometimes it looks better that way. Yeah, definitely not that one. Kind of liking this blue, maybe, because there's some yellow in there, so I think I'm going to go with that one. All right. So, let's glue our globe on. Yep, I just yacked out of the world today. This is some antique feed sack that I had. Let me pull a little more off of here. Let's get our Fabri-Tac. In just case you're wondering, this is what I use all my containers. This is from coconut oil. This is when I sew my fabric ruffles. I just throw them in here, and so when I chop them off, I have them, or little scraps. I make little bitty ones, so I just keep them in here so I can see, because, you know, it's got the little clear stuff on there. And then I have one that I have with my paper scraps in there, my paper ruffles. So, you know, you can always recycle. I've always meant to try to pull off that stupid paper on there, but because sometimes labels come off and sometimes they don't. But let me tell you, that coconut oil, they meant for those labels to stay on there for forever, because they don't come off. They are some serious labels. Oh my gosh. So, and I'm like, it's just me, no one's gonna see it. Now I showed you. But making a mess. Volcano in. Oh, golly. Alright. I think I had it this way. Yeah. Oops. Hopefully I'm in frame. Okay. And then I think I want to raise these hands. I know. Get out some more foam. Here, we're going to use this one this time on the wheel, on the roll. Oh, let me tell you, my lunch just wore off, y'all. I know, it's sad. Oh, I guess I got to find out what the heck we're eating. We might have leftover spaghetti. I might cheat and have leftovers. Well, that didn't work out, now did it? Yep. Oops. Stuck to my finger with the glue on it. I know, but I have this little bit left. Let me just stick it on here on the sides. And I think this is going to be poking. Yes, they are. So let me trim. So you don't see it. Alright. And curl me a little bit. Uncurl me. I know, I'm just, oops, well, see, my stuff stuck to that. Alright, so we got some love. Got some love going on. And this is words from the heart. And I'm wondering, good grief. Don't you know? You know I'm going to have to put some foam on that. Look at that. Ew, I don't like that. All right, let's get some. Oh. Okay. Make sure I'm putting it on the right side. Oh, all right. And I'm just going to use this, and it will be stuck good enough. And I'm wondering, I got threads, that's what I'm wondering, you know. I don't know. I'm going to put a sequin in the middle like we did on the other, but then we have this heart. That's just entirely too much. We got a heart right there, so I think I'm going to say no. No to that. Is this smaller? Oh yeah, this is a smaller flower. Alright, let's put this on there with a little sequin, and then we're going to call this done. I know, I didn't even use half of this junk on here. It's not junk, but stuff. Whoop. Chair just rolled. I'm telling you, one day my face is going to go boom right on here. And you know what happened? My chair rolled back. Oh, let me get a sequin. Let's see if this green will be too big for here, but that way he kind of sort of matches with the other one that we did. Oh, that's going to be just fine. Oop. Well, we'll have to wait till that dries, because I did get a little extra blob on there, but it will dry clear. Let me just see if I can get some off without making a bigger mess than I'm doing right now. I don't know why I'm using my right hand. I have no control over it. It has a mind of its own. Oh, I got an itch. Okay, so there's that little card. And I think he needs some little blue up here to kind of pull in the blue from the birds. Let's tap it down and see what it looks like. It's too late, I don't put it on there. But yeah, so there's that one. All right, let's pull our other ones. Oops. I know, I'm coming. I'm back there. Sure felt like we did more, but no. So we had this one that we did. We had this one that we used. We did this one with our hugs. And then we did our simple butterfly with the 5,000 pieces of foam on it. So there's our 4 little cards that we made today. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing some of your time with me. Thanks for sharing some of your day with me. I hope you enjoyed just seeing how to put some parts and pieces together of just extra things that you can, you know, turn into pretty little journal cards or even greeting cards if you want to send them to somebody too. Remember, you can always turn them into cards. And I will see y'all tomorrow in the next video. Thanks for all your love. Thanks for all your support. Lots of kisses, lots of love, and I'll see y'all later. Bye guys.